Breeding was added to the Pokemon series in Gen 2, but these games have some strange mechanics involving eggs. So what's up fellas, my name is Matt, and today Elias and I are going to take a look at them. We'll talk about how stats are passed down, an unusual shiny hunting method, and what happens if you put two siblings in the daycare. Alright, let's get started.
What's up, I'm Elias, and when two Pokemon breed, their determinant values play a big role in deciding what the baby will be like. Each Pokemon has 5 DVs, 4 of which correspond to their attack, HP, defense, and speed stats. The last one is shared by special attack and special defense, which is a remnant of the old stat system from Gen 1. These DVs each have 16 possible values, ranging from 0 to 15.
When two Pokemon breed, the egg will inherit a few DVs from the opposite gender parent. They'll always have the same defense DV as said parent, and they have a 50-50 shot of inheriting their special DV as well. Let's say I decide to put two Scizor in the daycare. If the Scyther egg is male, it'll have the same defense DV as its mother, and it also might have the same special DV. If the egg is female, it'll get stats from its father instead. But if we breed one of those Scizor with a Ditto instead, the baby will always inherit stats from Ditto.
The egg's other DVs are chosen through different methods though. Its attack DV is completely random, and the same goes for its speed. Each Pokemon's HP DV is dictated by its other stats. Their attack, defense, special, and speed DVs are plugged into a formula, and the final result is the HP value.
Next paragraph's also yours, buddy.
Aw, man. Since several of your DVs are predictable, the game can use them to detect and prevent inbreeding. Let's say I have a female Raticate with 6 DVs in defense, and 13 DVs in special. Usually, this Raticate would be able to breed with a male Arcanine, but if it has the same defense and special DVs, they'll never be able to produce an egg. The game sees that they have similar stats, which means they're likely related.
Sometimes two Pokemon will be incompatible, even if their special DVs don't match. Half of the time, the egg will have the same special as one of its parents, but it'll be off by 8 the other half of the time. If our Raticate creates an egg that contains a male Rattata, it'll always have 6 defense DVs, but it can have either 5 or 13 special.
When the game is deciding whether two Pokemon can produce an egg or not, it'll check a few things. Number 1, do they have the same defense DVDs? Number B, are their special DVRs either the same or off by 8? If the answer to both questions is yes, they'll never be able to breed with each other.
I can't think of the last time I watched something on a DVD, come to think of it.
I have a bunch of Studio Ghibli DVDs, and I also have the Star Wars DVDs, I think.
These safeguards don't exist in Generation 3 onwards, because Pokemon's stat system was overhauled in Ruby and Sapphire. Now each Pokemon has a set of IVs, or individual values for long. Passing down IVs through breeding is a more complex process, because there are more random elements and more ways to control said randomness. Now two compatible Pokemon can always make eggs together, even if they're genetically siblings. You know, I'd never given this kind of thing any thought for most of my life, but now I hate it.
This inbreeding thing has some unfortunate side effects though. When you put two Pokemon in the daycare in Gen 2, there's a small chance they'll have similar DVs by complete coincidence. Let's say you catch a Corsola on Route 40, then fish up a Magikarp on Route 45, which is on the other side of the map. You wouldn't expect them to be related, but sometimes the game will determine that they are anyway, because their defense and special DVs can still line up. If you put two random Pokemon in the daycare, there's a 1 in 128 chance the inbreeding detector will go off.
Good morning, fellas. We are recording this video in kind of a strange way. I'm at Elias's house, but we decided that recording in separate rooms would be ideal, just because that makes the audio a little bit easier to edit.
Yeah, I just really couldn't stand the sight of Matt's face anymore.
I hate you. I do not like you at all. But the system also means the two shiny Pokemon will never make an egg together in Gen 2. DVs determine a lot more than just Pokemon's stats in these games. For example, attack DVs are inextricably tied to gender. If your Pseudo-Wudo has a perfect 15 DVs in attack, it'll always be male. DVs also dictate Hidden Power's type and base power, Unknown's letters, and whether a Pokemon will be shiny.
All shiny Pokemon in Gen 2 have most of their DVs in common. Their attack can be any of these 8 values, and they always have exactly 10 DVs in defense, special, and speed. But defense and special are the two stats that determine whether two Pokemon are related. So as far as the game is concerned, all shiny Pokemon come from the same family, meaning they'll always fail the inbreeding check.
Even though two shinies will never be able to breed, having one shiny greatly increases your odds of hatching more. Let's say I catch the red Gyarados at the Lake of Rage. This fella has predetermined DVs, which is why it's guaranteed to be shiny. It's got 0 DVs in HP, 14 in attack, and 10 in every other stat. If you breed this Gyarados with another Pokemon, the baby has a very good chance of being shiny.
If the egg is getting its DVs from our Gyarados, it'll always have 10 defense, and it has a 50-50 shot at getting 10 special as well. It also has a 50-50 chance to get a shiny attack DV DV and a 1 in 16 chance of getting the right speed. So when you put it all together, a shiny parent has a 1 in 64 chance of generating a shiny egg, right? Well, not quite.
I think one of your cats has decided to fall asleep in here.
Good. Which one is it? Probably Lilac?
No, Spacer.
Spacer has fallen asleep. Okay, great.
No, he hasn't. Never mind. Sorry.
Oh, it's Lilac?
No, I think they're both awake. The red Gyarados is always male in this game, and eggs get their defense and special DVs from the opposite gender parent. That means this Gyarados can only pass down DVs to female babies. If the egg is male, he'll inherit DVs from his mother instead. But since two shiny Pokemon can't breed with each other, the mother will never pass down the DVs it needs to be shiny.
If you breed our boy from the Lake of Rage with a female Gyarados, the Magikarp egg's odds of being shiny are actually 1 in 128 rather than 1 in 64. Magikarp has a 50-50 gender ratio, which means that it'll inherit DVs from the male Gyarados half the time. In turn, that cuts our expected odds in half, but if we pick a Pokemon with a different gender ratio, we can boost our chances even further. That's a printer, Spacer.
Let's say we have a female Wartortle with 10 defense and 10 special DVs. In this case, we can say this Pokemon has shiny genes. It's not shiny itself, but it has the maximum chance to generate a shiny baby. Wartortle is a starter Pokemon, which means its gender ratio is 87.5% male. Female Pokemon with this gender ratio always have an attack DV of 0 or 1, and those values never result in a shiny. That means Wartortle can't be female and shiny at the same time.
But this is actually exactly what we want. Having one shiny gives you a good chance to hatch another, but in this case, having none is even better. To maximize your chance of finding a shiny Squirtle, you need a Pokemon that has shiny genes, but isn't actually shiny. I'm having some Spacer troubles here.
Oh, that's not great. He's on your keyboard, isn't he?
How could you tell? He was indeed on my keyboard, and he is now sniffing my PC chassis. Let's say we take this Wartortle with shiny genes, and we put it in the daycare with a male Marowak. When you breed a male and female Pokemon, the egg species will be from the mother's evolution line. So in this case, we'll be hatching Squirtle eggs.
So the other day, Elias and I were walking through the park, and we were talking about Guinness World Records and whatnot. Leave a comment. What record should we try to break?
Most Zins consumed in 1 hour.
Elias! The egg has a 1 in 2 chance of having a shiny attack DV. All of the valid values are guaranteed to give you a male Squirtle, which means it'll inherit the shiny genes from its mother, as opposed to random genes from its father. It'll always get 10 defense DVs from Wartortle, and it has a 50-50 chance to get 10 special too. Its speed DV is completely random though, so the odds of getting 10 speed are 1 in 16. When you put it all together, you have a 1 in 64 chance to get a shiny Squirtle. As a rule of thumb, the more extreme a Pokemon's gender ratio is, the more likely you are to hatch a shiny.
A Ditto with shiny genes is also great for breeding, whether it's actually shiny or not. Like we mentioned earlier, Ditto will always pass down its DVs if it's involved in breeding, no matter what gender the egg is. The best way to get a Ditto with shiny genes is in Gen 1. Shinies don't exist in those games, but if you find a Pokemon with the right DVs, it'll appear shiny when you transfer it to Gen 2.
Aside from Mewtwo, the highest Pokemon in Cerulean Cave are Wild Ditto.
The highest level Pokemon.
What did I say?
You just said the highest Pokemon like they're all smoking weed.
Drugs are bad, kids. Oh no. The highest level Pokemon in Cerulean Cave are Wild Ditto. In Pokemon Red and Blue, they can appear at level 67 on the bottom floor. By using repels and leading off with a level 66 Pokemon, you'll only run into Ditto down here. Luckily for us, you can tell if the Ditto has shiny genes as soon as you catch it. If it has 82 defense and either 72 or 82 special, it's got the right DVs, and you can use it to shiny hunt in Gen 2. Ditto will always pass down genes to its offspring, which gives you 1 in 64 shiny odds. So you can use this trick to shiny hunt for any breedable Pokemon. Let me tell you, what it's like being friends with Elias. So, we've been going to the gym together lately, and Elias will text me when he's one stop away. Sounds helpful, right? Wrong. He lives one stop away. That gives me absolutely no information.
At least I give you something.
I'm one stop away could very well mean I'm still in bed and I haven't started my day at all.
That's usually what it means.
Oh my god, I don't like you. Currently, Elias and I are thinking of going for the record for most stairs climbed while balancing somebody on your head.
Nope, never gonna happen. I don't trust you that much.
Wow, well, you hear that? Elias doesn't trust me. Everybody leave mean comments about him. You good?
Yeah, Spacer just tried to jump on top of the monitor.
That's not safe.
I'm telling you, this guy's a hellion.
All right, Elias, you got any final words? Speak now, forever hold your peace.
I think that about does it.
Goodbye.